How to heal emotional pain. This is so important. Through all the vibrational healings and all the people I've helped, pain is the one thing that gets stuck on the body, and stress obviously. But these, to heal them, you have to feel and let go. But it's too much for some people, because when they tap into that pain, they get an instant response in the body. That's why a lot of my healing sessions I get people to what they feel on the body, because I know that they're trapped energies of pain and they need to be released. And through my own pain, I found losing one of my best friends who took his own life, and my nan dying in my arms. I bottled a lot of it up and realised that holding on to pain isn't good for you. And so this is sort of a spiritual way to help you. It never goes away, but we can free and set it free through love, through unconditional love. And I know that sounds a utopian type thing, but it's so true, because love neutralizes negativity. You've got to get the pain flowing. You've got to understand the bigger picture. I mean, with my friend, I had some not being good enough issues, and I had some love issues, and so what he did made me understand eventually that life is too short and you've got to really enjoy it. And and so losing a good friend like that when I wasn't even around, and I felt like I probably would have done more if I was here. But life has a habit of preparing you in different ways so that you can have a journey of your own. I would have helped thousands of people out if it wasn't for seeing the last breath of my nan, who I loved dearly and lived with for 6 years, or my friend taking his life, and being able to help a load of suicides and spirit world and negative energies, and realizing that if I can vibrate unconditional love, then hopefully the person can reach and connect to their soul, and then they can find their own answers and understanding to why they're attracted or why they have created, because some of it's just part of lessons forms. I mean, that there I extreme, and some people hound me about it, but I always see that good comes out of bad, whatever the situation is, and I've made up with my friend on the other side. Thankfully, because I'm a medium, I was able to do that, and without me wanting to get more into mediumship and to understand, I couldn't feel my nan around me for 3 months, and being a medium, I really sort of like doubted whether I was a medium or not. But then it taught me about the body rejecting connections with my nan. She was around, and so when I learned to heal myself and let go of this pain within, then I was able to see the images of the times that she was around, and that she had been around the whole time. It was me rejecting the connection. So pain is very much, it's meant to be for letting go, or that you have a blockage in the body that needs to be let go of. And what do we do mostly when we feel pain? We hold on to it, or we try and dig it deep. The amount of people I've helped with a lot of abuse cases and one thing and another, and they really have held on to situations that wasn't what started the lesson, and it came from, and it's not until you understand the bigger picture that you can understand. And that's why I was lucky enough to be able to look into past lives and the connections in childhood and future, because it gave me where the vibration came from, where the programming came from. Why are we vibrating? This lesson to learn. And it's a hard one, really, because people feel the pain. Whenever you talk to people about, scenarios and it triggers them, they go into warrior mode, and they don't want to deal with it, and the body's rejecting it. And especially with traumas from the past life, your body can recreate those in this life when there's a trauma. And a lot of illnesses come from traumas that happen in this life and that trigger past lives and everything. It's very complex, but all I'm trying to say to you is, if you're in pain at the moment, then deal with it. You've got to deal with it. You've got to to understand it and let go of it, and to, I mean, one of my little tricks that I do when I'm healing people is, or getting them to heal themselves, I get them to imagine loads of pictures on a wall of that pain or similar pains or pains that they've given out or whatever. So there's always scenarios that, you know, wind you up or get to you, and they tend to be programmings and lessons. And so once you understand that, then you've got to take all the negativity away. So all through your life, you'll have pictures of negative moments in your life. And because there's so much of it, it's hard to get rid of, and you don't want to go there. So just imagine, say a subject like, I don't know, not being good enough or something like that. And so I put up on the wall all the times that I felt that I wasn't good enough, or I didn't feel that I would achieve. And then I explode them all away, and I forgive myself for creating them, even though they come from a programming or an ancestral chain or from a vibration. But it gives me the opportunity that once I take charge that is my creation, then it means that I can actually deal with it. When you think it's somebody else's fault, or when you think, oh, you know, it wasn't my fault this happened, then you're giving your power away to be able to deal with it and sort it out. So all those pictures are gone, and then I go to the ones that my body wouldn't let go of, because I know that they're strong. And then I forgive, I feel the pain, and I let go. And I cut the emotional ties to those situations or the people or whatever was involved in that. And then by doing that, I free a lot of energy, and then eventually I go back in time, and then I get to the childhood where I put the programming in to learn in this life. Because your mannerisms and your part to play is often from a programming that you installed. And sometimes it's linked to past life as well. So that's why you come to the earth, to get rid of these negative vibrations that are there from your traumas of the past life. And it's so fascinating when you realise that your whole life and the way you are and why it keeps going around in circles could all be attached to a programming from. And after the programming childhood is really like silly stuff, do you know what I mean, sort of thing. And then when you find it out what it is and then let it go, it so much makes sense. I mean, I had a wonderful lady that I helped out, and she had a problem with, she got blamed for everything. And half the time she said, I didn't do anything, Steve, I can't understand it. But in the end, it was to do with the blame of she blamed herself because of her father leaving at that time when she was younger. And so she had that vibration of blame. So it works both ways. So then by other people blaming her, it meant that she had that vibration that she needed to, or that program that needed to be let go of. So it works in both ways, you know. And also if you start blaming other people, it could be the case that, you know, that's because of a lesson and whatever. So really, unconditional love, what unconditional love does, it neutralizes and brings it to the surface so that you can deal with it and let go of it. Look at the bigger picture to why you, and another way is just send love to a situation or something, and then you'll see it detaches you from being attached to it, that's causing you not to be able to see the big picture. You can't see the wood for the trees. So I send love to situations, and then I see why that situation has happened and the bigger picture to it. And that's the same when I'm helping people to free themselves. Once they see the bigger picture to why something happened, then they can understand it and let go of it. And it's very hard when you can't, you know. It took me many years to do with my friend because we shared birthdays together, you know, 5 birthdays we shared together. Great time, great bloke. And it just was too much for him. And, you know, sometimes these things happen, but it taught me so much about life and enjoying the moment and you know, being there for people, you know. And I know it wasn't my fault. It is free will and choice, and there was a reason why, you know, it happened. But at the end of the day, you can't hold on to other people's pain as well, which a lot of people do. And the fears of loss and hate and all this lot is just vibrations that need to be let go of. So I send unconditional love to it. Put on the pictures are all on the wall to get rid of all this so that it's not, when it's an overload, it triggers your insecurities and fears, and then you go into warrior mode, and then you have no empathy. And so you don't care what you do to others and this, that, and the other, because you're in pain. And as far as you're concerned, you're in survival mode, fight and flight mode, and you get carried away with it, you know, and that is the issue. So, all right. So I just want to touch upon this and hope that you all can relate, or maybe you have your own story that you would like to share, so other people can understand that we shouldn't hold on to pain, because then a lot of people who hold on to deep-rooted pain, it comes in physical form because the body has to get rid of it. Pain is an automatically defense mechanism to get rid of what we're holding on to or what's trapped in the body that needs to be released one way or another. Okay, so there's many people you can go to for help, or even just talking to friends and family will help you just to relieve those moments in your life that, you know, we're learning lessons from.